I did. I have the comic in my drawer, and
Why do you hate yourself?
and I have the comic in my drawer. I didn't want to start. I didn't want to pick up the comics. So I just wrote notes down from the comic,
Good.
so I don't have to look at the pages. All right, hey everyone, welcome to Collaboration Nation with your host Red Hood Justice. Unfortunately, without Preston tonight, but we do have our first special guest and someone who's filling in for Preston tonight. Alex, would you like to introduce yourself and shamelessly self-promote yourself?
Let's go. Hey y'all, it's me, GastonSpidey here. You all know me. I'm the funny black suit guy because I'm hilarious. Please follow me at GastonSpidey uh, on Insta. I also make Spider-Man patterns. If you want to buy a suit pattern from me, it is at Gaston Patterns via Insta. I
Yeah.
I charge 15 for stock and 20 for commission. There you go. There's my shameless plug. Can we get on with this train wreck of a story, please?
Okay, so Alex, what Spider-Man story are we talking about today?
Oh, we're on the best fuck. I can swear, right?
Yeah, you can swear. We don't.
All
We
right,
don't
we're on
live.
the best fucking storyline ever created in comics. Like God himself gave birth to this and was like, "Take it. It's the Messiah." We're talking about Sin's Past today.
Yeah, a story that was so heavily ruined by Marvel editorial. Not J. Michael Straczynski that everyone just says it is. It's not J. Michael Straczynski's fault. Never. He actually had a really good story planned out for this for Sentence Pass, but you know how Marvel editorial is. They want to fuck up stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. It's unfortunate that this story fucking exists, but you know what? It's something that we can't change.
All right, let me grab my notes for this.
It's been a while since I've read Sin's Past.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually say some parts of the story. So we start off the story with Peter, MJ, and Aunt May on the house, and Peter receives a letter from Gwen Stacy, but it's been years since her death and shit like that. Also, I might add this story does ruin the character of Gwen Stacy and all.
It
You know,
does,
it does retcon some of Spider-Man Blue.
which is fucking dumb.
Yeah. So Peter receives a letter, yada yada. He reads it saying like, I have something to tell you. I was pregnant and shit like that. And they're not. I don't know if they're yours. I don't know if they're someone else's. If I was Peter, I would be like, who else were you banging?
Yeah,
Oh,
you think you would be
you
a
never
little
banged.
sus of that, though. You wouldn't
Yeah,
even think.
Spider-Man Since Past also retcons that Peter was still a virgin and him and Gwen never had sex. So fuck you,
Why
Marvel
that was a
editorial.
necessary thing to retcon is beyond me.
Because
But, you know, they
If
fucking did it.
you see in Spider-Man Blue, they totally had sex, and I guess that was retcon.
Yeah, I
He-
guess, apparently.
so Peter takes it to this police captain, and J. Michael Straczynski came up with this character, and he asked Marvel. He asked Marvel editorial. I'm sorry if you guys can hear background noise, but he asked Marvel editorial. Does Spider-Man have does Batman have a Commissioner Gordon type character? They said no. So he just made up one. And so he takes it. So he takes it to the. He takes it to him. He takes it to. He's such a fucking forgettable character.
Like, wasn't he only used in Sin's Past?
Yeah, I think he was only using it since past. And he takes it to him, but he has to cover up some of the letters of the letter. Like he has to cover up the names, like Peter and stuff like that, so people don't find out it's him. Um, and so he, because I guess if I remember correctly, there was some secret lettering that was covered up by Gwen herself. What a fucking how does she know that shit? Um,
Yeah.
so he reads it and uh was it in this story where Uncle no
No.
they so he goes to Gwen's grave, he starts to mourn. I think he's in a Spider-Man costume. I think that's what's happening. And he's mourning over Gwen. He gets attacked by the twins. And I think he gets a DNA sample from both of them
Yeah.
somehow, some fucking how.
Probably fucking skin cells or like a hair strand. I
Finger
don't know.
fingerprints. And so he also goes back to his house and he gets another letter from the twins, and it's the girl, it's the sister with Mary Jane. She's talking to Mary Jane, and the brother, Gabriel. I'm gonna say both their names, Sarah and Gabriel. He's with Aunt May, and the letter says we can basically just kill him at any time, but we choose not to because we only want to fucking kill you.
Essentially.
And yeah, essentially.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about that. But you know, he goes back to Gwen's grave, and he drives a metal rod into the ground just to get a DNA sample of Gwen. That is fucking sick.
Oh,
Like he drives it into the ground.
my reaction exactly.
And then he starts crying. And the twins are watching this happen, by the way.
It's a horrific scene.
It's a horrific scene. And so he takes it to this DNA testing lab at a police precinct. Like he snuck in there and shit. Fucking Spider-Man.
Classic.
And you know, he's testing the DNA. The girl shows up out of nowhere. The brother's nowhere to be seen. And she's like, my brother wants to make you suffer. Like he wants to torture you slowly. I don't give a fuck. I'm not all about that life. I just want to kill you here right now, like John Wick style.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. And she fails at it. You know. But you know, fucking motorcycle. But she fails at it, she sucks at it. And I think the brother shows up out of nowhere. Like, fuck you.
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. They take their fight to the Brooklyn Bridge. Remember that was retcon that it wasn't the George Washington Bridge Gwen Stacy died off, it was actually the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah, I don't know. They decided to retcon some very unnecessary things.
Yeah, fucking Marvel editorial. It wasn't even J. Michael Straczynski's fault. Okay. And so they take the fight to the Brooklyn Bridge. The brother gets Gabriel. He gets knocked off the bridge, Gwen Stacy style. But he falls into the water. The other one, the girl Sarah, she also gets thrown off falls off the bridge, and you know, Spider-Man catches her. You know, Marvel Knight Spider-Man style. He webs up every part of her joints and catches her. I think she also got shot, so she's losing blood.
Yeah.
She's in a hospital. And Peter goes back home to his apartment with Mary Jane, and Mary Jane's like, so Gwen had kids, huh? And Peter's like, yes, but they're not mine. And MJ's like, I know whose kids they are, and I've kept it from you for a long time. It's like, why would you keep that from him?
Yeah, like the poor guy didn't even know she had kids, let alone.
Like, you knew who it was. Just tell Peter. Peter would feel so much better knowing she was a whore. Oh, why did I start? Why did I die crying? Why did I cry over her? She cheated on me. Fuck her. But she tells Peter whose kids they are, and this is the most disgusting reveal of all time. They're Norman Osborn's kids. Do you have anything to say about that?
I'm gonna vomit.
I know, it's fucking stupid. Fucking Marvel editorial. Because JMS, J. Michael Straczynski, he wanted the twins to be Peter's kids, if I recall correctly. But Marvel editorial was like, no, that would make Spider-Man too old. Who fucking cares?
Why couldn't have been with like someone like Harry, not Harry's dad?
Not Harry. It's not bad enough that Miles Warren already creates like thousands of Gwen clones just to bang them and watch them die. You had Norman Osborn bang the real Gwen Stacy.
That's like the biggest fuck you to Peter Parker.
It is, essentially. It's like taking a middle finger, like it's like cutting off someone's hand with a middle finger up and sticking it right into his face.
Honestly.
But you see this whole sequence, and Peter asked Mary Jane the most stupidest fucking question. Was he her first time? Who fucking cares?
Literally no one.
No one cares. No one cares. Like, are you a dipshit or something for asking that question? Like, if I was MJ, I would be like, who fucking cares? You know, like, I have to I have to ask the question, why she banged Norman Osborn in the first place?
Of all people, it's Norman.
Of all people, of all people, why him? Was there just something so attractive about him? Did the goblin serum create an aroma? Is it like Axe?
Is it
Is
rape?
it like is it no? It's Old Spice.
It's
It's Old Spice.
Old Spice gets all the pussy.
Yep.
Am I the only one that keeps seeing those fucking ads for Old Spice though?
I get them all over YouTube.
I
YouTube
cannot
advertising.
escape them. It's either Old Spice or Dr. Squatch.
Okay, but Peter has this whole sequence in his imagination. Why would he imagine this? I do not know. But it's a whole sequence of Gwen Stacy and Norman Osborn banging. And you see Norman Osborn's coming face. And you see Gwen having an orgasm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I'm not all about that life. I didn't want to see Norman Osborn's O face.
Fun for the whole family.
Take my goblin dick. Ride my glider.
Right, my glide.
Ride my glider. um and Mary Jane recalls this memory she has. I think it was during the John Romita senior run of Spider-Man, where Harry was addicted to all these types of drugs and shit, and he was popping pills, partying. We also have to say Mary Jane was kind of a bitch during the whole John Romita senior run.
She kind of was.
Yeah, she was a party animal. But look how far she came after Gwen Stacy's death.
Yeah.
We have to recall that one time she left, like Peter proposed to her and just straight up left him afterwards after that. Fucking bitch.
Makes me want to think of that one time in the animated series where he was trying to propose and she just fucking jumped
Jumped
off
off
a building.
Shit, I would stay with Black Cat.
Yeah, if my fiance jumped off a building, fuck her. That's her problem, not mine.
Well, who's her? I'm gonna web her to the wall and just call it a day.
Her loss.
Black Cat, where are you? I need my booty call. Shit, shoot. If I
Booty
was
call.
Spider-Man, I would just stay with Black Cat. Like after Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane rejected me, I'm like, fuck it, I'm staying with Black Cat. Me and her are good for each other. You see me, we both got superpowers. She causes bad luck to people. I got spider powers. We both love sex. And she lets me take her up on the ceiling. Mary Jane wouldn't let me do that. But no. But okay, we'll get back to the story. We got off track. No, but after that whole sequence, she tells Peter, Mary Jane tells Peter, saying like, "Oh, I knew because I overheard a conversation between Norman and her saying like, you need to help Harry, and if you don't help Harry, I'm gonna tell everyone about our affair. I'm gonna tell everyone about our kids." And Norman's like, "You ain't gonna tell anyone shit. You ain't gonna tell anyone shit, you fucking bitch. Because if you tell somebody, you're done." And she's like, "You can't threaten me. You'll get those kids after my dead body." And Norman's like, "Bet." And then they recreate that sequence where Norman is coming into the window apartment, from 121.
I really thought you were gonna just jokingly jokingly leave it at Norman is coming.
Yeah, Norman's coming, everyone. He's
He's
coming
coming.
through the window.
He's
He's
coming.
jacking off through the window. Oh,
To the window. Oh my god.
oh, Gwen, I see you through the window. Miles Warren is also with me. Hi, Gwen. Fucking Miles Warren. What a creep.
Honestly, though,
Honestly, though. You know what the funny thing is? I want Brad to cosplay Classic Kane.
doesn't he have plans to do that?
I hope he really does. I want him to buy a wig for that.
I know I'm gonna be casting. I guess I shouldn't say I'm going to be casting because I already did. I cast him as Ned Leeds
Oh,
for
really?
yeah for my fan film. He's gonna
Oh.
do the whole Hobgoblin thing. It's gonna be cool.
But so they recreate that shot from 121 where Norman's coming to the window. Yeah, he's coming to the window. Like he's going through it. He's going to kidnap her. And like they also retcon the fact that he's not killing her because it's Spider-Man's girlfriend. They're retconning the fact that she had his kids and she won't let him have them. That's why Norman killed her. Not for any other reason. And probably killing Spider-Man's girlfriend is probably like a Yahoo, in my opinion.
Honestly, though, yeah.
Honestly, though, it's not every day you get to kill Spider-Man's girlfriend. Um, but everything bada bing happens. Gwen dies, shit like that. She gets thrown off the bridge. Fun fact for any comic book fan right there: she is not dead in Amazing Spider-Man 121. Before she falls off the bridge, she is not dead. She's pretending to be unconscious because the clone conspiracy retconned the fact that she was still awake, but she was pretending to be unconscious, and so she was awake for the whole thing and just listening. Fucking stupid. Goddamn clone conspiracy. I love that story, but goddamn, so many stupid things were in that.
Honestly, though. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, let's have this new version of the Jackal that's totally not who you think it is. Oh, it's Ben Riley. Oh, fucking called it. He looks like Peter halfway. You can only see his mouth. But everything happens, and Peter goes to the hospital. Peter goes to the hospital, and they find out Sarah has to have a blood transfusion, Aunt May style.
oh god.
Yeah. If any comic fan does not know, Aunt May was dying at one point, and Spider-Man had to do a blood transfusion with her, and his radioactive blood cured her somehow. Even though in Spider-Man Reign,
No, 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 no! Do not! Don't go there!
we're gonna talk about that one day, but we all
Oh
know
god!
infected bodily
No,
fluids due to a person.
no!
I'm pretty sure that'll never happen in 616, but it happened in
It
that
fucking
universe.
better not. If they try to pull some of that shit, I'm just gonna stop reading the fucking comics.
Okay, but Spider-Man does a blood transfusion with her, and the brother, he wakes up on the other side of the bridge. He's in some kind of fucking cave now, and it's like, how did he get there? It's like it makes no sense how he got there. But he goes to this goblin cave. It looks like the Bat Cave, in my opinion. What a fucking ripoff. But like, there's two goblin suits in there. You got the Green Goblin for Sarah, like she was gonna become the girl Green Goblin, and then you have the Gray Goblin costume, which I think is pretty dope looking. It's not that bad looking.
Yeah.
Does it look better than the Black Goblin from Life Story? No, no, the Black Goblin design was fucking dope.
I'm gonna have
Um,
to agree.
I love Life Story. I'm gonna do that probably with Spence one day. I'm gonna ask him if he wants to do a
Life
review.
Story is literally
It's a
like one of the best comic runs I've read in recent history.
it's basically a love letter to Spider-Man
It really
entirely.
is.
It really is. But they do a blood transfusion, and Gabriel, he comes in full on Gray Goblin, like he's insane. Oh, he also took the. It's also revealed that the clones are dying. I mean, the not the clones. God damn it! Now I'm thinking of clones. Brad watching this, he's like, "Don't talk shit about clones."
Not the Clone Saga.
He comes through my window in all of his Scarlet Spider costumes, like all of
Are
them.
they
Like
all on at once? What the fuck?
no, he's all merged in one. He had to cut them all up, and then like that one Deadpool who had to stitch himself with different parts of other Deadpools.
I
Uh,
completely forgot that happened.
it was Dreadpool, right? It was Dreadpool.
I think
He'll
so.
do that. He'll do that.
That's
Um,
that's scary.
but but you know, like the twins are dying from this disease from the goblin, not the goblin serum. It's just It's their accelerated aging. So the Gabriel he takes this goblin formula because Norman Osborn says, the goblin serum will heal you of this ailment. How? I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. But it does what it does, but it also drives him insane.
Yeah.
So he said, "Fuck you for that." Sarah, on the other hand, she got her blood transfusion and she's basically cured because of spider bodily fluids. Totally not going to give her cancer in the future.
Yeah, they would never write that in.
Sperm. But, Grey Goblin comes in, fucks up Spider-Man. Sarah grabs a gun and she says, Gabriel. Like, oh yeah, the twins also find out the truth that Norman's actually their dad, not Peter. So yay! So Peter doesn't have to worry about that. But Alex, Alex is sitting in silence, just like, God,
I want to cry.
the story's so bad. And she's like, hey, his blood will cure us. And like Gabriel's like, I've already taken the goblin serum. I'm already good. Like, I'm Gucci.
He's already ready.
I'm already ready. Like, and so like Gabriel messes up Spider-Man, and then Sarah grabs a cop's gun and does the most generic thing I've ever seen. She shoots at the glider and it blows up. Like she shoots at, like the back of it where that little hole is where the flames come out of, and she shoots into it and it explodes. I'm like, how come no one's done that before? The Spider-Man should really think of like shooting a gun at his glider. Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh no, but Spider-Man doesn't use guns.
Except for Assassin Spider-Man and Superior Spider-Man. Don't forget that. And Spider-Man Noir. We can't forget Spider-Man Noir.
We love
I forgot. Spider-Man Noir stopped using guns after his first story.
Well, isn't like his first story like the only good one?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't like the new Noir series out of Spider-Man. That shit's terrible.
Yeah, that one can just fade
you
out.
can see they're trying to make it. You can see they're trying to make a comic book series off the Nicolas Cage version of Spider-Man Noir. But Gabriel, he gets flown away somewhere. Like the glider is still flying, but it's flailing around and shit like that. Like he's basically a ragdoll on this thing. Could you just imagine I'm a 6-foot man on a glider just like
I would probably
wobbling around in the sky? Like, who's that? That's an idiot.
I'd probably scream. But then again, I'm also 6. Actually, no, I'm 6'1". Probably 6'2" now.
Alex, so, we're like almost the same height.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
So we're pretty much at the same height then. Because if I'm 6'2",
man,
then
I can't wait to meet you and Brad at a Comic-Con or something because at least I know I won't have to look down on you. I don't know how tall Brad is.
He's about the same height as me.
Oh, well, I don't have to look down on you.
I remember when I was shorter than him, it was kind of funny.
I'm just gonna come up behind y'all. I'm gonna recognize y'all instantly just by the cosplay you're wearing. I'm just gonna come up behind y'all and say, "What's up? It's Red, bitches."
Fine, then we'll just both wear like completely abnormal suits.
Brad wears spider strokes, man.
I want him to do that so fucking bad. For my very first pattern, that horrendous thing got sewn extremely well. I don't know how.
In my opinion, it looks fucking great. I love that pattern.
I really want to do a remaster of it, like a different version of it if he's up for it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna continue. So Gabriel gets flown back into the water, like from the Brooklyn Bridge. He ends up back at the Brooklyn Bridge, and like he dives into the water. They can't get rid of the Brooklyn Bridge for some reason. They gotta make you think of Gwen Stacy's death for the whole story. But he ends up on an island somewhere. I'm thinking it's Jersey.
Probably
Jersey that he ends up on. All of his Gray Goblin costume is like torn up and stuff like that. He doesn't have it anymore. And Sarah, she ends up running away. You never see her again. Thank fucking God.
Yeah, no one cared about her. No one
Yeah, no
liked
one.
her. She was
Gabriel
stupid.
does show back up. Gabriel does show back up in the Dark Reign storyline, where Norman Osborn becomes the Iron Patriot, and you have the whole Dark Avengers shit,
Yeah.
which I want as a Disney Plus show, by the way.
Honestly, though, it really should be.
I think a Dark Avengers show would work in the MCU.
It would work well, yeah.
I mean, already have the Iron Patriot armor in the MCU. Get Norman Osborn in the MCU. Have him wear. There we go. Get Rhodey to become Iron Man.
He practically isn't he already going to because of Armor Wars?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna become Iron Man.
Honestly, though, he should.
Honestly, he should. But the story ends with Peter back at the apartment. He's looking out through the window, and he's thinking about Gwen and all the memories he shared with her. And he says, "I love you." And Mary Jane's like behind him, and she says, "I know," but she knows that he's not talking about her. He's talking about Gwen, and like it's kind of sad, but I'm like, okay, fuck you. Like, I don't give a shit. Honestly,
Yeah.
if I was Peter at the end of the story, I'd be like, why the fuck do I still love Gwen? She basically cheated on me with my worst enemy and my best friend's
His
dad.
literal fucking arch nemesis, right next to
Yeah,
Doc Ock.
and Doc Ock, you mean? Remember that one time Doc Ock banged Aunt May?
Don't remind me of that, please.
Oh, we're not supposed to remember that. Ugh. They even almost got married.
Shut up.
Oh wait, they did in
Stop
Life
speaking.
Story.
Stop speaking. You're cringe.
Superior Spider-Man during the whole Superior Spider-Man. Man, I remember what it was like to be Aunt May. Now I'm her nephew. Damn
Damn it.
it. I love Superior Spider-Man. And it's one of my favorite storylines of Spider-Man of all time.
I respect that so much because I've never heard
Oh,
that
I love
sentence leave a single
I,
person's fucking mouth.
I love Superior Spider-Man. We all know how I love Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, you even got a cosplay of it.
Yeah, and I actually puff painted the whole thing.
You soldier.
I puff painted that whole suit within a matter of 4 days.
That's how long it took me to do my 2002 suit.
You know what? I'm actually gonna ask you to commission a Superior Spider-Man like cosplay.
I could.
But that's how basically the story ends of Spider-Man Since Past. It's fucking terrible, and it still gets brought up to this day.
It's still canon.
It's still canon. You can get rid of Spider-Man and Mary Jane's marriage, but you can't get rid of Sin's Past. And Nick Spencer, he recently just mentioned it in his new Spider-Man series. Like, what was it, like 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Norman Osborn. I'm gonna mention this. Norman Osborn. He came up behind Spider-Gwen, sniffed the back of her head, and he's like, "Oh, you're
You still
Gwen?
smell the same.
You're not my Gwen. You're not my Gwen. Me and my Gwen, we had a lot of good memories together, if you know what I mean." Peter's like,
Hey yo.
yeah. Peter's like, "Motherfucker,
you captain, right? You put
you can't." But Peter still remembers Sin's Past. But any thoughts? Any thoughts about Spider-Man Sin's Past from you? Like, do you have anything like any like long conversation about it? Like,
Oh, I would happily show this storyline to my kids and tell them this is not what Spider-Man story should be like, and then proceed to show them much better comic runs from literally anything.
oh no, I feel bad for your future kids.
I want them to take a nice gander at that story at each fucking panel, have them analyze it, break it down, and why it's the worst fucking thing in existence. And then I'm gonna give him something like the Steve Ditko or John Romita Sr. runs, and be like,
And just
"This is how you do it."
That's good. And also hand them Spectacular Spider-Man. So
The
they
comic run or the series?
the complete series.
I'll do
Like
I'll do both.
TV show.
I'll show them the Spectacular Spider-Man comic and the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series.
Um,
I'd say that's how you do it.
but like, any thoughts about this story? Like any in-depth thoughts from you?
If you always get the question, if you could travel back in time, what would you do? I would normally
Erase.
say, like, nothing. I'm very happy with where I am. But I guarantee I would be much happier if Sins Past didn't exist. So I would get rid of Sins Past. But like, since that isn't physically possible, this is one of the worst fucking stories in comics in history.
It it ruins Gwen Stacy as a character, in my
It
opinion.
ruins so many characters. I don't even know fucking how, but they
And
managed to ruin so many.
it's funny how Dan Slott never mentioned it during the whole clone conspiracy.
Well, does anyone like Dan Slott?
I mean, he did create Superior Spider-Man. I like him for that, but
Okay,
anything
Dan
else,
Slott has done some good, but like
he's
other
done
than
something. But he made Spider-Man unrelatable for like 2 years by making him a billionaire.
yeah, he did. Fuck Dan Slott.
Fuck Dan Slott.
It's like the few good Superior Spider-Man stories.
Although he did create the Red Goblin, which that was a cool design.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that.
He did not do the black suit justice in that whole storyline. Also,
No,
that,
no, that
that
was
looked.
just AIDS.
They even made a Marvel Legends figure out of that.
Why?
I don't know.
Who on earth thought that was a good idea?
I saw it at Walmart. It's a peg warmer at my Walmart. I see it like I see it, and I'm like, come on, can
Gonna
I
have to
just have the
pass on this one.
retrowave? Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass. Can I get the retrowave in here? I need that classic electro.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
need
have to get, literally any other Marvel Legends.
yeah. I love Marvel Legends.
I need to start collecting them, but
Should I?
unfortunately, both of my shelves are being taken up right now.
I have like a whole new Avengers this way. Like I got Iron Man, Captain America, Spider Man, Daredevil, and Wolverine. I need Black Widow and Hawkeye and Hulk.
Sex?
Yeah, and Moon Knight. I'm gonna get Moon Knight in there just for.
I I seriously, like, once I finish reading Green Lantern New 52, I'm gonna fucking start reading Moon Knight. I really need
Dude,
to
I
read
can't
it.
honestly. Um, but and okay, I'm gonna go in depth with this. To me, this is one of the worst Spider-Man storylines of all time.
Hmm.
Is it just as bad as One More Day? Yeah, they're both equally bad.
Is that even a question?
They had so much editorial problems going on. Like you can tell there's so much interference with this story.
Like, there was something, maybe, like, I, I, I'm not gonna ask about that, but there could have been something good in there, and I say that
Yeah.
loosely. But they managed to remove any signs of decent material
Yeah,
that,
because JMS he wanted the kids to be Peters. But editorial was like, no, that would make Peter too old. I was like, fuck you. He's already like 30 something.
yeah.
Like, who cares? Peter's gonna get old anyways. You're gonna have to kill him off eventually, like probably like in 2025 or 2030. They're probably just gonna replace him with Miles Morales. That's what they're always gonna do.
I can't
And then
wait till Miles Morales gets his own sins passed, because he's getting his own
he's already
clones.
yeah, he's already getting his own clone saga. Why the fuck? Makes no
Peter
sense.
stories make no sense for Miles.
Yeah.
Miles needs his
He
own.
only, it's like in the new Miles run, like the 616 Miles, not the one you're reading today. There's two versions of Miles Morales in the 616. You have regular 616, the proper Miles Morales, like the criminal version. Then you have 1610 Miles Morales, who's an imposter and he belongs in the Ultimate Universe. The 616 Miles, he was going to send 1610 Miles back to the Ultimate Universe, and bada bing, bada boom. I would have been fine with that if he went back to the 1610 Universe, Ultimate Universe. because that whole universe got rebooted after Secret Wars. Like
Yeah,
Peter's alive in the universe somehow.
he just is.
Yeah, he just is, and I really hope they do bring the Ultimate Universe back. Like that I think the Ultimate Universe does deserve its redemption. Like after Ultimatum, I think the Ultimate Universe deserves its redemption back.
I think it's
Um,
about time because the Ultimate Universe is what is it about like 10 years old or something?
but
Over?
it's bad. It's over 10 years old.
Yeah, so I think like it's about time we at least get like a new Ultimate comic
Yeah,
for
and
any
also
of the
like
heroes.
since like Peter Parker's back in the Ultimate Universe, like you brought him back to life, like why not have his run go again?
Just
Like
continue like where he
you
left
can
off, I guess.
you can call it all new, all different Ultimate Spider-Man if you want to. Marvel, go for it. You know
Why?
what? That would actually
That's a
that would actually
hefty title.
that would actually not be a bad title. All new, all different Ultimate Spider-Man.
All new, all different Ultimate Spider-Man. I mean, it rolls
Like
off the tongue nicely, but like that's a
like
hefty title.
yeah, it's a heavy title, but you can like abbreviate it.
ANED, ANED USM.
Yeah, there you
Touche.
go. But okay, I'm gonna continue with my rant about this story. But it completely ruins the character of Gwen Stacy. It really does ruin the character of Gwen Stacy because if you remember during the whole John Romita Sr. run, like they really built upon her character. Like she was like a kind of a bitch to Peter, but you can
Hmm.
tell she was only doing that way because she was hanging around like Harry and Flash and all of them. But she really did care for Peter.
Yeah,
And then like they really built upon her character, and like Peter and her started dating, and then she started hating Spider-Man because Spider-Man accidentally let her dad die.
yeah,
Because he was saving I think he was fighting Doc Ock, and Captain Stacy was saving a little boy from being crushed by rocks, and I think Captain Stacy got hit in the head with a fucking like Ock or something. And she hated Spider-Man because he didn't save her. I mean, save him, him. Gender. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to assume your gender, Captain Stacy. And like shit like that, and like Norman regained his memories of Peter being a Spider-Man, killed Gwen Stacy, but we all know that had been retconned to why, fucking sins past, and like it really ruins her
like
because you really built upon this character and you made us
it
care
had
about her death
it had
for
such a
one reason.
strong and actually good build up, but then you just take a
You
sledgehammer
come out,
to that and say,
yeah,
haha, no, fuck you. No
yeah,
good
haha, no,
characters.
fuck you. Have our middle fingers, shove them up your ass.
Fuck it, he flopped his cock out on the table and he was like, you know what? I
I bet the Goblin serum made his dick 10 times bigger.
I don't want to think of that.
Goblin, taste my goblin cock.
Goblin penis.
Goblin cock.
God damn.
It's big and green.
No, Jolly
You
Green Giant had ass.
you can call it. You can call it. You can call it an ogre, or you can call it Shrek if you like.
This is the
I always say this. I
auto.
always say this about the Green Giant. I always say this about the Green Giant. The green bean guy or the corn
Hmm.
guy. I don't know.
The Jolly
That's
Green
the
Giant.
that's the fucking Hulk.
It's
That's
literally just Lou Ferrigno's Hulk,
it's literally Hulk.
but like
It's
nice.
literally Hulk doing a green bean commercial. Like that's Hulk in his spare time.
It is.
It's basically Hulk in his spare time. But also it doesn't ruin Norman Osborn. This story does not ruin Norman Osborn. Like it makes him more sinister than you know.
Unfortunately, if it's one thing they did get right, it's
It's
Norman's
evilness,
his yeah.
his charisma, and
Do we
his
want to
animal
call it a charisma? He had sex
and
with
his animal instincts of mating,
his goblin instincts.
his goblin instincts. Yeah.
Everything.
One thing I really do have a problem with this story is like Peter asked Mary Jane, was he her first time? I was like, why would you ask that kind of question?
Yeah, like A, wouldn't you
You and
already
Gwen.
know? B, fucking why?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna tell that you and Gwen never did it. I bet who wrote Spider-Man stuff? I mean, Spider-Man Blue. Was it Jeff Johns? I think it was Jeff Johns.
Uh,
It was definitely
let
Jeff
me
Johns. I think.
Spider-Man Blue.
Was it Jeff Johns?
Uh, who is it? It doesn't even say. Wait, writer.
Of Spider-Man Blue.
Oh, Jeff Loeb.
Oh, Jeff Loeb. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Jeff
Jeff
Johns
Loeb,
did
like,
the shit for DC.
oh yeah, I'm sorry. Jeff Loeb. Jeff Loeb. He wrote Spider-Man Blue, and he had a part of the story where Gwen and Peter were about to bang. Essentially, did Peter just get too scared and be like, "No, I'm saving myself for marriage"?
Like a good
That it?
Christian boy,
I'm a good Christian boy. Oh,
even
Todd
though
McFarlane.
Peter's Jewish.
Peter's Jewish.
Yeah,
Oh,
canonically, 616, he's Jewish.
him and Magneto have something in common.
Oh God.
Hey, Magneto, me and you are Jewish, and I heard you were part of the Holocaust. We're Jewish. We're basically like, kind of like homies.
He can really just ask Magneto about history class.
Yeah,
Shouldn't be that hard.
essentially. They killed my mother. Oh, was it Hitler? Yes.
Yes, it was the funny guy Hitler who hated the Jews.
You
You
know,
would be more
I think
than right about that.
I think Hitler's still alive. He works at the Daily Bugle.
J. Jonah Jameson is Hitler.
He immediately shaves his mustache after hearing more like Magneto coming
He
after
has a
him.
Hitler stash too. That's the thing.
Remember that one time Captain America made him shave it off?
You, I forgot that happened.
Yeah, Captain America rolled up and said, Spider-Man's not a menace. Shut the fuck up. Shave off that mustache. Or I'm gonna kick your ass. You know what he actually did? Spider-Man's outside of his window, holding up the peace sign, going, "Great story. I love it. You're calling me a hero."
It makes sense.
Makes sense. And J. Jonah Jameson's got a clean face, and he's all angry and pissed.
Because he had to shave his mustache. Obviously.
But um, yeah, that was Spider-Man Sins Past for everyone. For everybody who was listening to this, to our beautiful, sexy voices.
I'm so sorry you decided to sit here and watch this.
Yeah,
Or
but
listen.
at least you're having a fun time listening to us, and I mean,
Just two
Alex has got
assholes rambling about sins past. Only
Alex
the
is
greatest storyline.
Alex. Ooh, oh fuck, I burped. But Alex has got more of the sexy voice than I do. That's why I haven't.
Bruh.
That's why I cover for Preston. Also, I wanted him on here just to talk about this story. It's also because I love you too,
Oh, thank you. I love you too.
conditionally and sexually.
Consensually, yeah.
And I'm gonna go sins past on you. Get
Please.
on the bed.
Wait, no.
I'm gonna show you my goblin cock.
No, please.
But we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it here. So thank you everyone for joining this episode of Collaboration Nation with your host Red Hood Justice and our special guest and the man who covered for Preston tonight,
Gaston
Alex.
Spidey. Please.
GastonSpidey.
Give me your
Gaston
money.
Spidey. Give me your money.
Give me your money.
Buy my patterns or you die.
Please, I am broke. My mom wants me to pay rent. I'm gonna need this so bad. No, I'm joking.
But we want to thank you for everyone who joined in, who listened to our beautiful, sexy voices, and hope you liked us rambling about one of the worst Spider-Man storylines of all time. hopefully, Alex, one day me and you can talk about One More Day.
The fact that I own the first issue of One More Day
Oh God.
horrifies me. I literally got it alongside. I believe I got it alongside Superior and Amazing Fantasy 15. So that's a good judgment to my comic
I wanna
collection.
own this series. I want to own this series before One More Day, Spider-Man Back in Black, because that's literally the story where you see Spider-Man beat the shit out of Kingpin, like with no fucking like
Fucking Daredevil type shit.
chill. Yeah, with no chill.
Yeah.
But as I said, thank you for everyone who joined in. Alex, I really appreciate you coming in and talking
My
with me about
pleasure. Thank you for having me.
talking about this story. Hopefully, I'll have Brad, Spectacular Scarlet Spider, onto the show this weekend. Where me and him are probably going to talk about the Clone Saga. So
I'm
yeah,
not surprised.
we're going to talk about the Clone Saga. Me and him. I'm also going to tell him. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to basically demand that he cosplays as Classic Kane now on that podcast.
do it right there, right fucking now.
Yeah, Brad, do it.
Just gonna have to.
He's gonna have to. If he doesn't, I'm gonna choke him with my goblin dig. I'm gonna Gwen Stacy his ass. I hope he likes getting thrown off a bridge. He's already won. All he just needs is put a black hairband on him.
God damn.
Have fun, Brad. Ah! Alex just catches him. Oh no, I broke his neck.
No. Not
He's
again.
dead. You just find Alex finds out years later. Oh, he banged Red. He used his goblin dig.
Fuck. Not this shit again.
Okay, but in all seriousness, thank you everyone for joining in this episode of Collaboration Nation, or the episode I like to call Let's Talk. Thank you for joining the Sins Past episode. Alex, say our final goodbyes.
I have AIDS.
So,
But no, thank you. Thank you for participating in the funny podcast. It was great. Thank you for having me, Red. It was unpleasant
no
being
problem.
here.
No problem, Alex. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah.
But thank you for everyone joining in. We hope to see you soon. And Preston will be definitely on the next episode of Collaboration Nation. So if you guys anyone who missed his voice, I missed his. Alex, I love yours, but Preston has much of a sexier voice. No offense. No,
I'm taking-
y'all are just sexy.
We're both
You're
hot.
both sexy.
Yeah.
But thank you for everyone. Thank you for everyone who's listening, and have a good night. And wear your mask and stay safe.
Yeah.